Hello everyone. Today this is the 27th lecture of engineering mechanics, and now I will discuss the acceleration of slider crank mechanism, and I will start with the equation that we have derived in the last class based on the slider crank mechanism, velocity and velocity diagram. So let's start.
Angular velocity about a fixed point. Let's consider this type of mechanism is there where this disk is rotating about an axis dashed with an angular velocity omega 1. Again, this is also rotating about another axis x at angular velocity omega 2, and the entire setup is rotating about z axis with angular velocity omega 3. Now we have to find out the angular velocity of the disk, which is the vector sum of angular velocity of the all other velocity vectors. Now draw the angular velocity diagram. How to draw the angular velocity diagram? Let us consider y is this horizontal axis, this is x and this is z. Now give the direction of omega 1, this is omega 1 parallel to this one, omega 3 is here, this is the direction because it is rotating about vertical z axis. So along the axis is the direction of the vector, so this is omega 3, and this is the axis, so omega 2 is the direction. Now what is the resultant angular velocity? That is denoted as omega t. Now summation of omega 1 and omega 2 can be represented by this line, and the resultant of this and this is the final resultant omega t. So omega t can be written as the vector sum of all three velocities. Now how to go through this vector summation? You notice this is omega 1, this is the direction. At a particular instant the angle made here is phi. So phi may have considered two components are there along y axis and along z axis. If the unit vectors in x, y and z are I, j and k, then this omega 1 component in y direction is omega 1 cos phi, and the direction indicates by j unit vector, and other component of omega 1 is along z, which is omega 1 sin phi. So the total summation in I direction means along x only omega 2, so omega 2y. Along y direction it is only cos component of omega 1, so omega 1 cos phi into j, and in z direction there is two angular velocity vectors, one is omega 3 and other is omega 1 sin phi, component of omega 1, so omega 1 sin phi plus omega 3k. Let us consider an example like this disk which is rotating about its axis with an angular velocity omega, small omega, and the entire disk is rotating about other axis z. It's to some extent like the precision that we have discussed in kinetics of rigid body. kinematics of rigid body. If the angular velocity about this is the capital omega, then we can find out from the Coriolis component of velocity relation that there is an angular acceleration of any point on the disk. This angular acceleration is the omega dot, means d omega by dt, that is equals to the product of these two velocity, omega and capital omega, this omega and the capital omega about z axis. This conception is also required to solve our some numericals. Now let's solve a numerical based on this type of motion, means a rotation about a fixed point, and this fixed point is here O. Two different angular velocity is involved there. One is this rod OA is rotating about x axis with a velocity, let's consider that is omega x, and other is about the z axis with rpm n. The entire setup is rotating about n. The magnitude of this r vector, means length of OA link, here this point is O point, so OA link is given. We have to find out the angular velocity of OA, angular acceleration of OA, linear velocity of point A and linear acceleration of point A. As usual, for all other problems, we also here note down the given data. What are the given data? The magnitude of OA 0.8 meter, nz means this n here, it is rotating about z axis, that is represented by nz, 60 rpm, and we know omega x, that is given 4 radian per second, and what's the direction? Let's consider it as x direction. Then this unit vector is I, and for a certain position at a particular instant the beta value is 30 degree. Then first write down the radius vector r. Along radius vector, the r has two component, r sin beta, it is along z axis, so r sin beta, k is the unit vector, and r cos beta along y axis, this is considered the y axis, so unit vector is j. Now magnitude r and beta is given, so we are getting the radius vector r equals to 0.693j plus 0.4k. আমি হ্যাঁ একটু বসলাম করে নি তো অনেকগুলো বাকি আছে
চলছে নাকি রেকর্ডিং?
হ্যাঁ now let us draw the angular velocity diagram. This is the velocity direction of omega z, this is omega x. These two angular velocity is there. Now the resultant of this two angular velocity can be obtained by parallelogram law. Draw a parallelogram. This vector indicates by magnitude and direction. Magnitude equals to the length and direction is along z, and here magnitude is this length and direction is along x. So the resultant is omega, which is the diagonal of the parallelogram. Now This omega, as it is the vector sum of omega x and omega z, so it can be written as omega x plus omega z. What this omega x and omega z value, that is given. In case of omega z, it is n is given, RPM is given. So from RPM we are calculating by 2 pi n, so 6.28, and direction is z, so k is the unit vector. So finally omega equals to 4i plus 6.28 k. We know that in the second slide we discussed that if the there is a two angular motion, then the angular acceleration is simply the derivative, time derivative of omega. So alpha equals to d omega by dt, or omega dot equals to omega dot x plus omega dot z. Now omega dot x, in x direction, the acceleration, both the effect is there, effect of omega x as well as effect of omega z, because entire setup was rotating about z axis. That in the second slide we have represented it by capital omega. The angular acceleration was omega into omega, omega into capital omega. Here it is omega x and omega z. So omega x dot equals to omega z into omega x. Here it is the cross product. So these unit vector k and I. So finally the cross product, the unit after cross product, the unit vector is j. As it is cross product, so direction is perpendicular to the plane of I and j. This is the I plane, this is the j direction, so this is the ij plane, and perpendicular to that it is the y, so it is the j vector. So finally this is the angular acceleration of the link. So after having the angular velocity and angular acceleration, we have to find out the angular linear velocity and linear acceleration of point A. We know the velocity v equals to omega cross r, and omega we have obtained 4i plus 6.28 k, and j is 0, and this r vector is in terms of j and k, and hence by the vector product, the cross product, we are getting the velocity equals to this. Though omega and r none have the three component, but we are seeing that the velocity, it has three component, I, j and k. Now what's the acceleration? We know acceleration has two component. One is the tangential component, means alpha r, and another is the normal component, omega cross r. So alpha that we have calculated, and this is the r. So substitute this value and go through the vector product, and after that we are having this a equals to 20.1 I minus 38.4 j minus 6.4 k. You notice here these angular velocity or this linear velocity or linear acceleration of A does not depends on the overall motion or linear motion of O, because v is a function of omega and r. This v does not depends on the motion or linear motion of O. Similarly, alpha also is a function of the alpha, that is also caused, the linear acceleration and linear velocity both is caused due to the angular motion only. So this is our conclusion. The references that I have used to prepare this video lecture is given here. So this is all about the discussion on two-dimensional
or general or planar motion, and in the coming lecture I will discuss the rotation about a fixed point. Means it can rotate in any direction. Thank you for listening the class, and thank you for your patience, and I will expect in the subsequent lecture also you will follow with same attention. Thank you.